Hello, everybody. My name is meteorologist Hutch Johnson. We have some wild weather that's going to make its way out of the Rockies and into the northern and central plains as we head through the Easter holiday weekend ahead and into your first weekend of April. And no fooling, on the north side of this track, we could certainly have the wintry types of weather, but where you see the yellow, there's going to be the risk into early next work week of seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms. So we're going to go over all of that. We're going to show you snowfall from the west through the northern plains all the way to the east coast and our risk of severe weather and what those risks are. And we'll time things out the way they look right now so you can be prepared. Let's take a look first at a forecast model that does a little bit on the timing of the broad levels of the system. And what you're going to notice here as we set things into motion, heading into the Easter holiday, a storm system working its way out of the Los Angeles area will impact the west coast. That storm system develops in the Rocky Mountains with snowfall there. Look at what's going on in the Aleutian Island chain as well. Alaska getting some mighty wintry weather as we go through the upcoming late week and weekend ahead. Now, as we go into next week, this storm system in the central Rockies blossoms and it moves out into the central plains, bringing a chance for all modes of severe weather on the south side and snow spreading through the Dakotas, Nebraska, even as far east as the northeastern United States as this system spreads eastward. Look at it, tap in to not only moisture, but cold air in the northern part of the United States and the Great Lakes region, and that will bring a chance for some potentially heavy snow for those areas. So we're looking at a time frame here that takes us through the Saturday, Sunday time frame with snowfall mainly in the Rocky Mountain West and, of course, Alaska. And then the severe weather threat and the snow threat spread eastward as we head into the work week here. You're looking at the first or Monday in the morning with heavy snow moving through portions of South Dakota. Monday will bring the severe risk to the plains, and then that snow moves through Iowa, parts of Wisconsin, as well as Michigan. Once it hits the Great Lakes, it really explodes in intensity here, as you can see, as it works its way on Tuesday now and into Wednesday through the northeastern United States. So a very strong low pressure system will traverse all the way from coast to coast, bringing all kinds of inclement weather. So that is a look at that storm track and timing of the snow. Now let's take a look at what this model is anticipating for snowfall potential, and let's go ahead and show you that. Now, when we're looking at snowfall forecasts this far out, we cannot get too specific with regards to the amounts. Just know this, that this Colorado low style system will have the potential to impact travel late on Easter Sunday and into Monday up north. And because it's a Colorado low and with the moisture available, it will have the potential for bringing some potentially heavier snow. So here is a track. Let's cut this off at certain time frames and we'll look at what we're expecting as we get into the first of the work week, which is Monday. So this is actually into your Easter Sunday impacts. Here we go. So for Easter Sunday on the 31st in the morning, Reno, Nevada, once again, what you're seeing here, several inches of snow, upwards of 1 foot of snow outside of Reno, again in the Sierra Nevada, the mountains of Nevada. We're also talking about the mountains and the Rocky Mountains of Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming picking up snow for the Easter holiday. Then this storm system spreads into the plains, and right now the track looks to be through the I-90 corridor of South Dakota, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, then Des Moines and into Milwaukee. The date on this is into the early hours of Tuesday. So this is all day Monday. The snow will be tracking across the nation's northland. Monday will bring severe weather. More on that in a second. Thunderstorm type severe weather. As we head into the northeast and the Great Lakes area, the storm system spreads east as we go closer to the Thursday and Friday time frame of the week. This is a long ways out, but once it gets into that warm Gulf Stream tap of moisture, the snowfall amounts could be elevated in the northeastern United States once again. So snowfall potential from coast to coast as we go through and even into Alaska with multiple systems making landfall there. All the way from Juneau to Anchorage, things look to be very white indeed for neighbors in the Northland, and Hawaii, no blizzards for you as well. Shifting gears now, we've tracked the storm, we've tracked the snow. Let's talk about the severe weather risk as we head into the latter part of the week. To do that, I'm going to start with a look from the Storm Prediction Center and show you what they're watching for with regards to the outlook for severe weather. Now, we'll go ahead and take a look at that outlook for the latter days in this frame, and we're going to talk about days 4 and days 5. That would be next Monday and into Tuesday. What you're seeing here as we zoom in is the area of concern. You see 2 circles here. So this is Monday. The yellow area is not a slight risk area here. This is just an area with about a 15% chance of seeing some severe thunderstorm activity that extends from Dallas through Oklahoma City all the way up into that Kansas City and Topeka area. Now, where you see the orange colors, St. Louis into Columbia, Missouri, down into Springfield, this is a 30% risk of stout thunderstorms. Again, all modes of severe weather will be possible in these areas, particularly that flooding, rain, lightning, and then because of the energy in the atmosphere that will time out for you here in just a moment, we'll have that risk for other types of severe weather, including very large hail and some gusty and damaging straight line winds. Tornadoes can't be ruled out as well, but this is awful early in the stage. Then as we shift into the next day or Tuesday of next week, after we head back to work, there is a look at the risk area involved there. Now, as you see, it's spreading off into the, basically Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, northern parts of Alabama, Mississippi, all the way into the Virginias, including the nation's capital, and southern parts of Pennsylvania, as well as southern parts of Ohio and, well, it looks like Indiana as well. So that's a look at the severe weather risk areas for Monday, and this is on Tuesday. Now let's go ahead and turn the model back on here, and we'll highlight the details and the progression of storms and where we anticipate things to have the best chance at developing. So to do that, I'm loading up the model forecast once again, but this time we're going to look at something a little bit different. We're going to look at the radar down in the southern part of the states called reflectivity, and we'll show you where things will be hopping with regards to that. So again, the storm system will be moving out of the Rockies, shifting into the plains as we dive into the early part of April. Here it goes. So the snow will be taking place in the Rocky Mountains and up into South Dakota. And then here we go into your Monday very early in the morning. By the time we get to the afternoon, the heating of the day, the cold air moving out of the Rockies will bring that risk of severe weather. We're talking about eastern Kansas, western Missouri, all the way straight down into Texas. And these storms will spread eastward, and they could cluster together and make their way through off to the east into the overnight hours as well. Maybe even forming a cluster that we call a MCS. So we'll keep our eyes on that risk. There's a lot of energy that'll be available in the atmosphere as we go through. Then as we head into the wee morning hours on Tuesday, you'll see it all begins as rain, but look what happens in the south. Firing storms from Jackson, Mississippi through Tuscaloosa will develop, and those will drift quickly to the north and east through Charlotte and off into the northeastern United States with a risk of severe weather. And that is on Tuesday. Now, let's look at a couple of parameters in the atmosphere. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of the energy available to make supercell thunderstorms. It's really kind of a formula that we use in meteorology to calculate those ingredients necessary for robust thunderstorm development called supercells. Supercells are going to be those storms that are capable of increased lifespan. Okay, those suckers can last all through the overnight and into the morning hours. So here is a supercell index, and it increases. I better turn the clock on for you here as we head from Easter Sunday and into Monday. So here we go with those storms peaking and having that energy for supercell thunderstorms peaking as we get into the afternoon hours on Monday from Tulsa all the way up through the Topeka area. This will spread into Bella Vista, northwest Arkansas for you in the Fayetteville area as we head into the evening hours. And then that energy will kind of go away as we go through, and it does return, albeit in smaller or lower magnitude here as we go all the way from Cincinnati and Columbus straight down into Jackson and Tuscaloosa, and that would be for Tuesday. Now let's take a look at spin in the atmosphere. Is there an ingredient for a tornado? Let me show you where that ingredient looks to be the area of risk or concern for some spin in the atmosphere. So for that, we'll take a look at this parameter, and this is helicity, and the helicities with these storms can highlight areas where the atmosphere has some spin associated with it. So we're specifically looking for the first here. So here we are on the first, and that is right in the area where the supercell index is optimized. From near Oklahoma through Wichita, Kansas, on into southern and central Missouri, and this will drift off to the east. The supercell composite stays stronger, but as we go into the late night hours here, the risk for the spin seems to get a little bit weaker once we get beyond the early evening hours. And overnight, then we could see some stout thunderstorms continuing. Is there spin into Tuesday? Here is a look. Yes, it does return. This system will have some shear in the atmosphere from Cincinnati straight down to Nashville, and the deep south, we can't rule it out, all the way down to Jackson as well. So the moral of the story here is to pay attention to your local forecasts as we go through the period. That is a look at the severe weather threat in the deep south as we go through Monday and Tuesday, and the winter weather threat as we go from the Rockies through the northern plains into not only the Easter holiday weekend, but beyond into next week. And next week, a big event taking place as we get into the following weekend, and that would be a lot of folks wanting to peel their eyes on that eclipse. So we'll have details on that as well as the chance of seeing some clearer skies in the area across the nation. I am meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I appreciate all of your likes and all of your shares as well. I appreciate you letting people know that I'm here. And if you like the videos, give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe. Click the little dingle bell to be notified when I'm broadcasting. As a meteorologist for the last 30 years, I've been in broadcast television for the better part of 30 of those years, doing research meteorology, even teaching meteorology in the college classroom for over 15 years. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend, and I'll keep you apprised to the risk of severe weather. Stay updated with your risk in the Central Plains and your local outlets and the National Weather Service offices around the nation. I'll keep you posted right here as well. Thank you for joining.